Hi everybody, this is Sean. Welcome back to my channel. Please help me out by pressing the thumbs up button, subscribing, sharing these videos, and entering comments and dialoguing with other people in the comment section box below. Thank you everyone for your support. I really appreciate everybody. Just before we get into the main topic, I want to give you guys a channel update. I'm sure you've been seeing some of my AI generated videos that are in Arabic, that are in Spanish, and they will be in a host of other languages. The reason why I'm doing that is so that we can connect to other people. We can communicate with other people that are in the private security industry that have difficulty learning English. And some of you might be saying, Sean, I thought you're a patriot, you're Americanized. This has nothing to do with being a patriot, being Americanized. This has all to do with communicating people who don't speak English very well. Basically, there's a lot of information that come out of these channels that we want everybody to understand. So, for example, I know in a lot of these Vietnamese communities, you have politicians who invite them to come over. And for some reason, these migrants that come over, they magnetate towards these politicians that invite them over. And unfortunately, it could be 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road. Whatever bill that politician tries to push, the migrant feels like, kind of like they owe this politician something, or maybe this politician should be trusted. So whatever it is, they will vote in the favor of the politician. I want to change the narrative on that. I want to reach out to people who speak different languages. And we want to communicate the truth to them, especially in this channel, okay? Speaking about the truth, I'm going to speak the truth about this bill. So there's Senate Bill 1160 that is in the works. I think his name is California Senator Florentino. This is a California state senator. And yesterday on Valentine's Day, he authored SB 1160. What this does is it basically creates a new tax for those of you who work armed security, or for those of you who have a firearm in the house. You're going to have to register every firearm every single year, and you're going to have to pay a new registration fee every single year. The problem with this bill, I mean, there's so many problems with it, but one of the main issues is they're going to leave it up to the Department of Justice in California to determine what a reasonable fee would be. Guys, for those of you who have like 20 guns in the house, what is that going to look like? If it's a $100 fee, I mean, that's an easy, and you got 20 guns, that's an easy $2,000. And if you don't register your firearm every single year, you're going to have to pay a penalty of up to $1,000. So do the math, guys. You got 20 guns, that's a potential $20,000 penalty. This is not fair. I don't know about you guys, but in California, okay, we have to do the draws fees. We have to go through a background check. If you run our names in the California DOJ database, you can see what firearms are registered to us. That includes rifles and it includes pistols. If you run the serial number of each rifle, it'll come back to who the owner is. Why do we need to do this every single year? You think that these gang members out there are doing this every single year? It doesn't make sense, and quite honestly, this is frustrating, and I'm tired of it. You're making law-abiding citizens into criminals. Why do we have to register every single year? I mean, this is really a tax against conservatives, tax against people who want to defend themselves. Just look at maybe a woman, you guys, who's been beat up by her husband, potentially living in the streets or living hotel to hotel, and she just needs a firearm for her protection. Now she's going to have to pay a registration fee every single year? What are they doing to us, California? You're making law-abiding citizens into criminals. Why do we have to register every single year? I mean, this is really a tax against conservatives, tax against people who want to defend themselves. Just look at maybe a woman, you guys, who's been beat up by her husband, potentially living in the streets or living hotel to hotel, and she just needs a firearm for her protection. Now she's going to have to pay a registration fee every single year? What are they doing to us, California? If you have seen the other videos where I talked about this new bill that was going to be passed for, it's going to affect armed security because now all of your fees would go up like 11%. And you're looking at a new armed security officer with all the fees, the BSIS fees, that's the Bureau of Security and Investigative Services. They're the regulatory arm for private security professionals in California. Those fees are going up, and then you have the purchase of firearms. There's a special tax on that. So that was like 11%. And then now you're going to tack on this new fee for every gun that you have. You have to register it and pay. You got to pay a registration fee. I mean, this is just too much, guys. My recommendation is that you exercise your constitutional rights. I mean, they're going to keep passing all this. It's all about education, guys and gals. If law enforcement stops you, absent probable cause, some exigent circumstance, and there are a few, you do not have to consent to the police searching your house. You don't have to consent for that if they want to find that gun. They need a warrant for that. I don't know, guys. I don't understand for those of you who vote for Democrats in California. I just don't get it. There's a lot of great Democrats in California and elsewhere, but they're being washed out by the super left. I don't understand how this is going to reduce gun violence. So this is Senate Bill 1160. California Senator Florentino authored this bill. This bill will be signed. It will be signed by Governor Gavin Newsom if he's still the governor at that point in time. This law will be effective January 1st of 2025, I believe. Or it might be July 1st of 2025, but it's coming here. They're going to sign it, guys. Shame on you guys who are over here in California voting for Democrats. Shame on you guys. You guys are doing this to yourself, especially if you are a gun owner and you're voting for these Democrats that author these bills. I don't understand what I did to the legislator in order for them to author Senate Bill 1160. What did you guys do to them? This is crazy. How about you guys start enforcing the laws that are already in the books? How about for all these gang members that have these unregistered firearms? How about you impose a fine as part of the probation when they get out? Why don't you mess with them? Why are you messing with law-abiding citizens? That doesn't make any sense. This needs to stop, guys, and it stops in the ballot box. If you're not voting at all, you're voting for this crap. You're voting for SB 1160. Don't fall for it. Now, some of you are saying, well, there's some Democrats out there that vote for some great laws. No, there are. I get it. But I want you to ask yourself, why are you voting? Even Republican, why are you voting for this person? If you want to vote for Donald Trump, Joe Biden, that's you. Okay, that's fine. I will defend your right to vote on whom you think is fit. Military does that all the time. I will do that as well. But ask yourself, why am I voting for this person? Does this make sense? Does this make sense in my occupation as a firearm owner? Does this make sense in my occupation as an armed private security officer? Anyhow, I'm looking forward to your thoughts, opinions, dialogue. You guys all take care.